Welcome to Wake Up Hex. I'm your guy, KNTX. I'm so happy to be here. It's been about 3 weeks since I last showed up on my own stream. Sorry about that. The vid, Thanksgiving, and a trip to London kind of got in the way. But I'm going to tell you right now, not the vid, but London was worth every bit of missing every stream. So these are small compared to what happened in London. So I want to start off with a few housekeeping things here. First off, for most of you guys, the audio came through good on the live stream, came in really good for the footage that they want to use for the documentary, the film. It was shit in the venue. I'm just going to be honest. I was trying not to cuss, but I just don't know any better way to put that. It was not good. The guys in the back couldn't hear because of how the distortion of the audio in the venue, and not to mention the sound guys. We did sound testing, and then they mixed up the mic levels, the opposite of what we had tested. I don't know if they just switched the mics on us before they started and accidentally gave me the wrong mic and gave the stage the wrong mic. And then on top of that, they put the microphone in front of the speakers. Man, I kept saying the whole time, I'm like, hey, Jesse was the guy that was helping like organize everything for all the timing. I was like, can we just move this? And finally about towards the end, we're just like, let's just do it. Let's just make it happen. Got this hot mic that's killing everybody. So it's all good. It worked out fine. We got the footage that we needed. As far as the audio for the live stream, I'm just glad that we were able to bring it to you. That is proof of Beard Markable himself that made that happen. So you guys can thank him because he is the man, him and his team behind the scenes that made that possible. And they brought their own set of gear that rivaled the film crew's gear. So it was really cool, guys. Just watching it all be set up, the hours of discussions behind the scenes, being able to talk with Richard. If you guys knew what I knew, even you, Dan Emons, the Hex Bear of all time, would be excited about what's going to happen. Because I know you're always complaining in Twitter and always complaining in the chats. But if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't be, man. You would be nothing but permabull forever, forever, forever. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys up because a couple of these guys I was very lucky to be able and very fortunate to be able to meet in person. So it was the first time ever that I was able to meet Das Bomb and Markable. Thank you for coming to the event. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I liked it a lot.
I was working, so I didn't get to meet as many Hexicans. I tried to work the room when I had a chance, but man, I was herding cats the whole time. And
Yeah.
555 Club to go eat dinner with Richard. I need you guys to go up to the red carpet for this. I was working the whole time, which Markable and I talked about this. I almost prefer that. Otherwise, I feel weird just standing there, people just coming up to talk. So it is what it is. But you guys crushed it. That live stream was the best quality live stream we've had on this channel yet. Our interview with Richard has taken days to upload right now to our file storage so my editors can do something with. Literally days. We filmed it on Richard's 4K camera. And it's literally like 70% uploaded right now, days later.
Yeah, that takes a long time, man.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. He goes, I'm just gonna give you the tile next time. And I said, yeah, but I didn't want to steal Richard's hardware because that was his memory card that we used. So
yeah, so many though.
I mean, if you're gonna use it for YouTube, you might as well just downgrade it to 1080 and then upload it. But
well, no, I want it full. I want it the full quality.
Yeah, okay. Well, then you have to wait. Yeah.
So it was by far the best interview I've ever done. I was a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't slept for a day and a half, and I traveled for 17 hours to get there. And I was like really nervous about it. And they're like, "Oh, you can't get up and go give him a hug when he comes in the door. We need this film to be a certain way for the filming." And I was like, "It killed me, man. I want to just tackle the guy, honestly." But it turned out so good. He's just so organic. He's such a teddy bear. He really cares about these Hexicans in a way that doesn't come across on stream. I just wish we could convey that more. We will. Time will tell. People will get to see more of the real Richard. It's just him being having to defend himself and put these plebs down in their place so often that he has his guard up. But he is literally the most genuine guy, and he's so organic and easy to talk to. Like, he's so good at, if you've got real questions to ask him, and especially if you're friendly towards him, and you're very like-minded, man, the guy can just spitball. Like, I had to keep circling us back around because we kept going off on tangents, and they were great, and I just wanted to go down that rabbit hole. But after 2 hours, we had to end that. We had to end the conversation. So, hey, Dan, by the way, I'm just giving you a hard time, brother. Thank you so much for being a defender of the stream on the Telegram chat. I appreciate you, brother. Just giving you a hard time. Das Bomb, taller than I expected, but at 5'9", it's not very difficult for you to be taller than me. So,
oh my God, how much is that in normal units?
In normal units, I don't know.
Dude, it actually took me a
5'9".
bit of time to recognize those Baum. Like, he came to me and I was like, "Yo, man." And then
it was the tie,
really had to
you couldn't
think.
take your eye off the tie. You couldn't take
maybe.
your eye off the
like, I had to
mirrored
think like a
hex-style
minute
tie.
to figure out who he was, and then after that, I was like, "Oh."
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you're the same. You're the same height as me, though. I'm also 5'9".
I had really short shoes on then, because. Hey, thank you, Awalon. I did not expect to do that. The documentary crew was like, or the director Patrick was like, "Hey, little birdie told me you know how to break dance," and I was like, "Maybe." And he got Richard involved, and Richard's like, "Hey, just do it. If it's not any good, they won't use it for the video. It's no big deal." And I'm like, man, that's taking me back 20 years ago, man. Literally 20 years ago, back to my b-boy days. So that was fun, though. I had a good time. Daraj, did I see you in here? Because we need to talk seriously. Yes, you were talking on. I'm going to bring up Wales for this part of the discussion. I'm going to bring up everybody at this point in time. Hey, guys. Good to see you guys. Been a while.
Who is this up in the upper left-hand corner? I don't know who this is.
I know. Just some bum that hijacked the stream. Just somebody.
Hijack.
Yeah, I know.
Some rando.
So Wales, you and I need to tackle this one. Daraj Moore last night on Chatting with the Captain with Jason Hartman. Daraj Moore said, "I refuse to call it yield or inflation. I am not yielding to any sect who has a problem with calling it interest. You, sir, are shooting yourself and the whole system in the foot. Trust me on this. This is going to come down." And he's gone. This is a very serious issue when it comes to regulation, and your country is going to follow our regulation. So you want us to play the way that we are writing the narrative. Trust me, there's a reason Wales and I are pushing this narrative. Hey, thanks, Kangaroo Hex, for the $79.99 Aussie dollars. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh, look, he's rocking the jacket.
The Hex 741. So all the shirts and the bomber jackets.
Oh, wait, I heard about that. Let me bring it up. Wait.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that. I heard about that.
I know, it was funny, but
clearly a typo.
Help me out with this, Wales. Help me explain to Daraj why this is so important, that you need to bow down to this one and get on board with this. It's not about bowing down to any sect. The 741 gathering. I love it. Here, we're going to do this. Hold on one second. We're going to move. Hey, put it back up, Das Bomb.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
Somebody
a little bit of a
made a typo.
Someone got fired that night.
For sure they did.
Someone got fired that night.
It looks fine to me.
Oh, man. That was funny, man.
Hey, thanks, Balaji. Balaji is a handsome man. It kind of surprised me, shocked me, kind of like Wales, just how handsome he was when I met him in person. Handsome man. Awesome freaking dude. Like, I really wish I could have spent more one-on-one time with you guys. I'm sorry about that. We'll do that in the future when I'm not working, when I'm not forced to be the cat wrangler. But I'm sorry. Circle back around. Wales, help Daraj and the rest of this community understand why it's yield and inflation.
Yeah, this is actually very simple. And it's actually this simple. If you read the code, it makes it pretty clear what's actually going on in the system. So it's not even like there's much to discuss. But in terms of definitions, right, interest is very straightforward. It implies there's an intermediary. There is somebody that is paying somebody else for the use of money. This is why it's called usury. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's merely definitional.
Yep.
So the regulators are going to look at it just like that. Simple as that. So I mean, it literally has nothing to do with anybody's opinion. It's what it is by definition. And some people just don't realize that, you know, when Richard came up with this at the beginning, he really just didn't understand the difference, and that's okay.
Yep. And maybe
Now
it's
he's
that,
gonna
maybe it's
understand.
maybe Daraj, you specifically, it's your language barrier. Interest does infer you're handing over your asset to someone else to make yield and then give you interest. Interest infers to giving it to somebody else, and that is an English thing. So maybe it's just a language barrier thing, but we are getting paid inflation via code. Just so you know. So it is very simple.
My first language is English.
Doesn't sound like it, Papa B.
I don't.
I'm thinking one of the reasons that Richard chose interest in the very beginning is also that it's easier to understand than yield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. But the reality is the reality, you know, and the reality is that is wrong. It's the incorrect term. There's no third parties here. So it makes it very straightforward. The system is specifically generating inflation, period.
Yep.
Therefore, when you are putting up your money and locking it away, the objective is for you to claim your inflation rewards or yield at the end of the term. Now, again, this is structured to be like a CD. It is not a CD. It's the closest thing that we can compare it to in terms of a banking product. It's really all relational, right? So just because the wrong words were used to make slow people understand things faster means nothing. It's still the wrong word, and people need to be educated in the correct way, and that's really all it is.
Yep, it really is.
So I mean, because again, when you put it on paper, as far as regulation goes, the lawyers, the legal system is going to use the actual definition. They're not going to care what you call it. It's irrelevant. So we need to just use the correct words and stop misleading the regulators to go the way that they would like to go. It's all it is. We're helping ourselves out by using the right terms, and we're screwing ourselves by not using the right terms. It's really simple. You don't have to do anything, right?
Also, can I
and you're in
interject one
timeout,
thing?
Daraj, just so we know. I just want Daraj to know he's in.
Daraj is in timeout. Awesome.
Yeah, he's in timeout. Even as a
but
moderator,
in Daraj minutes, right?
Not in Daraj.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, no, that'll be the end of the stream. I'll let him talk later in the stream.
Hey, I wanted to interject one thing.
You just commented a minute ago. What?
Yeah, I wanted to interject one thing. Wales only has a great point. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just putting it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, beyond having a great point, just from a market aspect, you understand. And I've done a lot of work in Southeast Asia and Middle East. You are totally confusing 1/3 of the world's population by not clarifying this as yield. You really have to do it, and we have to clear that up as a community.
I agree.
I've said that for months. Yes, I agree.
Also, Muslim countries are not allowed to take interest, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. That's what my point. That's my point.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting thing. 90% of the population, you know, as far as religious or what's morally correct, they understand that interest implies usury. 90% of the global population understands this. 1/3 of the global population actually exercise that as a fact. That's the only difference. So when you're and D, I'm not making up definitions, bro. You're just using the wrong source. Like Investopedia doesn't know everything. Like you need to go to the sources. And again, I literally work in the financial market, so I can't make up shit, bro. Like literally cannot. So, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I am a financial person. So
I've talked with Richard about this. I have talked to Richard about this. He's going to be more succinct in his definitions on stream going forward. We're hoping that we can have a few people that work on the website go through and scrub it real quick and just make that change. Yeah, absolutely.
And the interface as well. go.heads.com/stake has to as well.
Yeah, so we're working on that right now. It's funny because the first reaction Richard had was, "That's good to know, but I'd rather work on Pulse right now." And I said, no, dude, it's easy. You've got other people that are already doing these things. Like, have them fix it. And then just all I want you to do is during your live streams, just be more succinct about what it is paying. It's paying inflation, which he's been really good about the last couple months, because he talks about, inflation. Bitcoin miners pay Bitcoin inflation to the
I mean, it
miners.
literally says it in the code. I don't know
Yep.
if people are confused. Like,
Yeah.
that is what we go by. If this was a system where you were laying your capital elsewhere to receive a reward from a third party, then you can claim it to be interest. For
Yes.
example, all these people doing yield farming and all this other shit, they're relying on third parties to get their money, to get their
Yes.
yield. So that is an instance in where A, you're engaging in securities transactions, and B, you are earning interest. You see how
Yes.
those two are related? So
Mhm.
understand the difference and understand that nobody's making up definitions.
Yep.
Do your research and do it
Yep.
correctly.
So I want to go back to this. Yes, Tukaboos, thank you for the 555 Canadian dollars. Glad you were back. KNTX inflation is now my friend. Yes, that is correct. So if you watched Chatting with the Captain with Jason Hartman last night, he talked about how inflation is a hidden tax, and it's less obvious than taxation as a way to steal wealth and give the inflation to those who are closest to the money supply. We want this inflation because you and I, as hex stakers, are closest to the inflation of the money supply. We want inflation. We just want to be closer to it than everybody else before it hits the market. So this is a good thing when you're on the receiving end of inflation. So great point, Duke of Booze. Inflation is now your friend in the hex system as long as you're a staker.
Yep.
No, the number one guy does not call it interest. He called it interest at the beginning. He's been talking about it being it paid as inflation. So he's doing really good.
Please highlight the comment below that one, because that's exactly what it is. Interest is the monetary charge above that for the privilege of borrowing money. And nobody here is borrowing anything.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we are not handing over our money.
Yeah, this is very simple.
Letting a bank or the intermediary borrow it and then paying us back interest. So,
and just so you all know, it takes about an hour for all the devs in the chat to make this very clear to new Muslim brothers and sisters that come into the chat wanting knowledge. Das Bomb has heard this before. I've been subject to it day in, day out. It happens. Let's get our nomenclature 100% streamlined so this won't be an issue anymore, and you'll see adoption rise like crazy.
Agreed. Let's see. SE, thank you for I'm going to put your string of comments up here. I really like what you're saying here. Islam has around 2 billion people. Why would we want to alienate, 1/4 of the world's population? Islamic rules forbid earning interest from savings and charging interest on loans and mortgages.
Yep.
If it's inflation, it's not interest. So we are Islam friendly in the way of the code acting the way that it pays out the rewards and the yield. So,
oops,
guys, I had fun.
Yep.
I had fun. You guys were such a blast. Crypto 303. Oh man, it was so cool to meet all these guys and ladies. There were a lot more ladies that were actually hexing.
About.
What's that?
Las Vegas? No, I was just saying not everybody sees what everybody that went to Las Vegas was talking about after Las Vegas.
Yep, absolutely. I was very surprised to see that it wasn't there were a lot of ladies there, and it wasn't just guests of the hexagons. Like, they were hexagons themselves. They were hex investors themselves. It wasn't like my favorite meme was when they did Bitcoin Miami at the beginning of the year, and they show a picture of a gay club, a bunch of dudes with their shirts off, swinging around. It was like Bitcoin conference was lit. It was not the sausage party that some of the other crypto meetups I've seen before. So, in conferences. So it was pretty good, guys. It was awesome. And then I left the club about an hour earlier than they actually closed. I would have loved to have hung out with you guys more, but I needed to get out of there before you all flooded out and we all fought. I know. But you fell asleep at the club, so it was his new home. But I knew it was going to pour out, and I had to get to the airport, so I went straight from the after party to the airport, took off, and flew. Yep. I'm very surprised. Very, very surprised.
Yeah, Peter, you could have found your first girlfriend there.
Oh,
Second.
Rosie Palms is his first.
Hey, that does.
Rosie
Hey,
Palms, I like that.
The girl you kissed in 5th grade doesn't count as a girlfriend. Okay, she was just curious what a kiss was like. Okay, so.
And your whiskers were very strange.
KNTX, I have to ask,
Karaoke any day.
who approved the raining hex?
I have no idea.
Oh, we're gonna get to that, are we?
I have no idea.
It's not going to be in the documentary, though, right? Because of the rights, that can't be in there.
She's got a lot of heart.
So.
Okay.
So with the United States, there is laws or ways around it with parodies because it is a parody. It's not exact word for word. That's how Weird Al Yankovic got away with all these other songs that he couldn't get the rights for. I don't know how that all works. I'm going to leave that up to the professionals that do that for a living to figure it out.
Bro, there's no way that's going to be in the
documentary.
Auto-tune.
It probably won't be in the documentary.
Of course not.
It was fun. She just wanted to provide a little bit of fun for the Mexicans. She is a beautiful soul. She is a sweetheart of a woman, man. She was such a sweetheart, and she was so nice and so cool. She just wanted to show a good time for.
I thought it was fun. Like, probably
fun.
on live stream, I don't know what it looked on live stream, but in real life, it was fun, man.
Yeah. Oh, it was, right? It really was.
Yeah.
It was a blast, man. I just don't even know what to say, guys. It was I'm at a loss for words. So she was good, man. She had an amazing voice. Like, we need to get that lady on The Voice or something like that, or no, American Idol's dead, but on like The Voice or something, because she has got a hell of a voice. Not the Finnish version. So Finn Bear put up a Finnish version of The Voice that they play, and it was a guy hitting a bong, and he got 3 chair turned. I'm like, no, not that Travis Stram mockery.
That's good.
Yeah, none of that bullshit. But the actual voice. So she has some pipes, man. She was amazing. So. I just wish that there had been some. No. I hope not.
I cannot be sent to the brig for that.
Yeah, you will be sent to the brig. We're taking that down.
It's raining bones.
Oh man, Daraj, you're about to get excommunicated from this community, bro.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to understand. It's all right. He'll figure it out once everything changes on the site and he has no other option. It's just the wrong word, man. It's okay.
When he sounds like the wrecked pleb saying it wrong.
It's just the wrong word. Right. Just because Richard used the wrong word from the start doesn't make it the right word. And
but he's been really good.
He grew up too close to the Pakistani border, so he's very sensitive to this. You know, he does the march every day.
People forget that he calls it inflation. It just says interest on the damn site, but he calls it inflation all of the time. I mean, that's what it is. Right.
D'Artagnan 8 finally bought a Trezor. Congratulations on being 6 months after you promised me you would do it.
Trying to come at me.
Oh, you get extra points for saving yourself. Congratulations. Very good. And did you get 2? Because one's a migration and one's a vault. Oh, I better go back and do that. And
is he using it? That's the big question. Is he actually using it? Just
buying it is not enough. I kept it wrapped. I love it so much.
Yeah, look at me. I have a Trezor.
Yeah, shut up. I know you use it, Peter.
So if you guys saw on Twitter on the thread from the Highest of Stakes documentary, they posted as a response to Richard Hart's "Who has the best fit of me arriving at the party? I want to upload it." We got a hater in there saying, "Didn't you hire a bunch of people to do this?" They do clarify, and we have made a point to keep him away from all the financial products we're launching, all of the advertising, all the filming, everything that's going on. They have clarified very distinctly here that Richard has not invested any funds into the film, nor does he have any creative control. In his stream from the Copenhagen meetup, he discusses this in detail. Richard did have his own personal social media videographer in London that's not part of the film. So he does have a guy that follows him around with his own camera and does his own filming. And that's for his own Instagram and his own personal things of that social media and things of that nature. But Richard, from the very beginning, signed off all creative control to the documentary team.
As he should.
As he should, yes, because we don't want a propaganda film. We want actual laid out facts for people. I think they're going to come to the same conclusion as us Mexicans if they do just a little bit of research, any more research than any of these wrecked pleb paid group influencers, then they're going to find out real quick.
That's the funny thing always when I tell people about Hex, and the normal outcome of that is that people want to buy Hex. I don't care if they buy Hex. I just tell them, just look at this and this, and then make your own choice. And it always ends up, oh, this is pretty good, I'm gonna buy it, because it's built like that. Like, why wouldn't you buy this?
Do you remember how the girl reacted?
What?
Weirdly? The girl that we onboarded, or you onboarded. How did she react?
Yeah, she was really cool. Like, she was it was just a random girl in the restaurant, and she heard that we were here for crypto, and she was like, "Oh, I know crypto." And I told her, "Well, yeah, where's your coin? Where are your coins?"
It was on Coinbase.
In Coinbase. And like that basic
Love
stuff, right?
it.
So
Love
it was really cool to teach her a little bit on not your keys, not your crypto. And she immediately understood, and then talked a little bit about Hex. And like, I don't care if she buys it or not. I just wanted her to get some right information, and then I wrote some things down and let her do her thing.
Very nice.
She was really grateful for that. So that's cool.
Hey,
And
D-Raj,
please, people, don't keep your coins on exchanges.
Do
We have
not.
seen what
CosD, thank you for the
happened to
Canadian
Bitmart.
$20. I don't want this to go much longer. Sorry, guys. CosD, thank you for the Canadian $20. Number one, nothing wrong with language that help understand the code. 2, laugh out loud. Investopedia doesn't know everything. And number 3, Hex just hit the 50-week MA moving average. So,
by the way,
sorry.
KNTX, D-Raj says that he'll change his words when the wording on the official Hex website changes. So I propose a small edit to the website that says D-Raj Moore's of dickhead. That would be cool. because that website is law, according to him.
Yeah,
it is.
I guess so.
The code is law.
Code is law, not the website.
Yeah.
And just to make it clear,
That's
No,
correct
you guys don't
too.
understand. Code is not law. Website is law, always.
No, according to Dr. Moore, yes.
Yeah.
Website can never change.
yeah, I've been having this ridiculous conversation with people since yesterday, and I'm like, just read the fucking code, man. Like, it's right there in your face. Like, this really is not a debate. Like, it's really not. And even to go further, it's not even about religion. It's completely irrelevant. It's about regulation and what they're going to do if we're using the wrong verbiage, because it is the wrong verbiage. Just because you don't want to think it is literally means nothing. Because when you sit here and explain to these people how the system works, they're going to say, oh, that's not interest. That's inflation or yield.
Yeah.
Like, it's very simple. Like, we have these like, this is part of the thing that's going on behind the scenes that you can't see. So understand that this is being relayed because it's
You're
what's
gonna
going to
hurt
happen.
your own product, guys, and you don't even realize it.
You're not pumping your bags by using the wrong
You're
words.
not,
Basically.
by using the wrong language.
Derived from inflation. Trustless yield arrived by inflation.
I mean, it's really, it's just the wrong word, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll be all right, but if you keep using the wrong word, that's on you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, when the site changes, because it's gonna change, you can start using it then. No problem either way.
Yeah, the rest of us that actually want to pump our bags, we'll just keep.
We'll use the right words.
Well,
yeah, pretty simple.
Because I like pumping my bags. That's why I do this. I like it, and I like this community. Even the ones who are extremely wrong on verbiage, I really like that guy too. So I really like him too, but he's wrong. So, and I get more airtime than you do, Duraj. So I can say that more often than you.
Yeah, which
do you already have any kind of laws or regulation in America about this specific topic?
Yes, that is why we are very.
Every country has it, bro.
This.
Hold on. Every fucking country has it.
I'm just not up to date.
Every country has it. Whether you know or not is irrelevant. This is a fact. You can look it up. Just look up usury laws. No matter where you live, they exist, bro. Like, there's caps on interest rates.
I know about my country. I just don't know about America.
Oh, it's the same thing everywhere is the point. This is why we went to 90% of the population versus a third. This is why I was talking about that. Because everybody across the globe understands this. Everyone everywhere understands usury, and interest comes from usury. Simple. because you, as a money lender, have interest in that money coming back to you.
Yep.
This is not something that just came to fruition 2 years ago. Like, this is 100,000 years in the making, if not more. So, people can say whatever they want, and that's fine. But the wrong word is a wrong word. So,
yeah, it's very important as far as actual regulation and legislation is concerned. This is why we are pushing this narrative. It's not because we want to be right and we want Daraj to be wrong. It's because we want this to stand up when the SEC comes to attack it. Because when they're gonna see the ability to try to find us and to try to do things, calling it what we hold a security, because what is actually held within the trust itself can't be a security, even though the trust itself is a security. So there's a reason we are defining this the way that we are. There is an actual legit reason for this, guys. It's not because we want to be right and we want everyone else to be wrong. Plus, doesn't it, like I said earlier, don't we want the other 1/4 of the world's population to be able to participate in this? I mean, that's kind of important, right? We don't want to alienate people. I thought we did this for freedom. I thought we did this for the ability to transact on our own peer-to-peer without needing fiat government and fiat cash, monetary. It's not even value. It's just currency. So it's important, guys. It's important. It really is.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't spent 30 minutes talking about this because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really not. It's very basic. It's very straightforward. There are no intermediaries in the hex system, so there is no interest, period. It's very straightforward from that. Like, that's it. Like, you're not giving anything that you own to some third party. So how is it interest? It's not. You have interest in getting the money back, but that's it. Yeah, what's up,
bro? Is there any progress on or something you can share with us regarding the institutionalized solution for hex you are building?
Nah, it's in the works. That's all you should know.
Okay.
I'm literally working on it right now.
Yeah.
As we're streaming. So
I got it. I know. I've got it. Me too. I hate to be working while I'm streaming, but I've got my portion. I got. So we just moved into a new house, and the internet provider hasn't come to hook up our internet yet. So we're just twiddling our thumbs. So I'm literally like, half my day was spent yesterday trying to use a mobile hotspot on my phone, and it was not working. So I got a lot of catch up to do to get my portion in today, Wales. I promise you, I will get it done today, buddy. I promise.
No, we got to talk after, because there is a portion I'm going to need to lean on you for, because I just wasn't around, and I just want to make sure I make the right comments or whatever in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyways, and so you wrote down what we discussed, the changing to the mechanism, right, the other day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Dude, I'm so excited. Dude,
I
brainstorming.
wrote all that stuff, yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you and I together are a team or if it's just all you. Maybe I should just give you all the credit.
I'm pretty sure it's not just me,
but I'll
man.
tell you what, man, we came up with some gold, guys. Like, I was like getting excited and hyped talking with how this trust should work with whales and figuring out the mechanisms for it. Oh man, it's woo! I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about this.
It's pretty sick, bro. It's pretty sick.
Just needs to launch already.
Speaking of goosebumps, that was a nice super chat that came up and deserves to be up there.
Yeah, it does. We'll put it back up. So, Alan, thank you. Thank
what
you.
makes you think he's not driving right now? He's got a Tesla.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm in the back of my tour bus. I got a driver. So, yeah, I got a driver.
You got satellite internet on the top.
That's right. That's right. That's how we roll on these new RVs, bro. So, what was that?
I'm sorry.
Was that you, proof of beard?
Proof of beard.
Maybe.
Hey, D
so
said he's gonna change.
No,
hold on. D said he's gonna change his name to Interest Only One.
Yeah. Why not?
Do it.
I'm gonna put a specialty clause. I'm gonna revise our PPM for the SEC. I'm gonna revise the one that we've already got written up, and I'm gonna put, and if a guy that claims to be a doctor from India living in the Philippines comes out and calls it interest, he is wrong. He is an internet personality and knows no better.
You'll know him by his golden mic.
He does
Yeah.
not understand.
Language barrier.
Or be like, ignore him until he gets to the golden mic.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm actually surprised that they talk about interest at all in your regulations, because in Germany, I just double checked, the regulators gave, how can you say that, a definition of cold staking, and they defined it as gaining additional coins for locking up your existing coins. So they don't even go to interest. They just describe the action that you do, and no matter what it is in the background, if it's inflation, if it's interest, if it's just getting a donation or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the act
Verbatim,
that
the action.
yeah.
You are
It's-
creating more
That's
coins.
horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And then
What's the matter, Peter? It's great.
because of this cold staking in Germany, you get it usually tax-free after 1 year, but because of the staking, it's prolonged to 10 years. So it doesn't
10
matter
years?
what you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is terrible.
So I got 2 chats in here I want to address. Since I am the captain, I have returned, and I will steer this ship, and I will end it if I have to. So what needs to launch KNTX? So we are literally like, I feel like we're like hours away. I don't want to say days. I feel like we're hours away from launching
4 hours.
a private trust. 4 more hours. So I feel like we're hours away from launching a private trust that we plan very quickly. We found some ways to make it go public faster than the normal routes, and it will become a publicly traded trust that you will be able to actually buy on trading desks such as Fidelity and brokerage accounts like E-Trade and Scottrade. Scottrade, I think, got bought up by E-Trade. But either way, from online brokerage accounts that people can put their 401ks and IRAs into Hex without the tax penalties and without the early withdrawal penalties for those who aren't of age yet in the United States. And they'll be able to buy the shares of this trust so that they'll have exposure to Hex and the gains, the inflation, the trustless yield that is paid out as inflation via code. And so we will be able to give them some exposure to it without having to hold their own coins. Oh, absolutely. The trust is going to be able to stake. And every stake we do is going to be a Quattro Cinco stake.
Yummy.
Yep.
Tasty.
Yeah,
So-
you guys honestly aren't ready for what's coming.
You guys
Everybody
aren't
selling
ready.
now is going to jump off a fucking roof within
Yeah.
the year.
Davis,
When
you got
it-
money
when
to
it-
burn, man. Good job.
When it 10 and 100x's, there's a lot of legacy finance money. And when they see something outperforming the rest of the market, just wait. Because we have a channel of distribution before we even start. But while
we
it's
already have
still
that shit.
private, we have a channel of distribution that already has $1 billion of assets under management. So
Good
just think
luck,
about that,
sellers.
guys. So Davis, thanks for the $5. Thanks, Papa. I just got my 2 treasures with the Crypto Steel and Zeus. Now I'm ready for Pulse Swap and Pulse Chain.
That's a big, hardy, expensive setup, and you are prepared, man. That's awesome to hear.
Alright. That is cool. Thank you so much.
But KNTX, you have to hurry up with the trust. So the institutions get a double on Pulse Chain.
Well, that's why we're launching it now before it. I can't say much more. There's a
Okay.
reason for the timing. We're trying to beat Pulse to the launch, and that's why. So that's all I'm going to say. I just want to no. Black Swan, you got this incorrect. The trust has to give a denotion. Is that correct? A CRT, charitable remainder trust KNTX. No. That's a different trust product that we're creating. That's individually for the hexagons for their tax and their estate purposes. So their liability, litigation protection, legislation protection, tax protection. That's an individual product through Mountain Crypto Advisors that we're offering. It's a totally different product. It's a different type of trust product. So here, I want to say this right now. Thank you, Big Pep. I'm calling it trustless inflation. Love it. Big Pep's on it. Knows what he's talking about. Appreciate you, Big Pep. It's a smart dude right there. I love Big Pep. I hate to alienate everybody out there in crypto, but I don't even watch my own show. Yours is the one show that I make sure to go back and watch if I miss it. So hey, big props to Big Pep. Just
Excuse me, but why do you need to watch your own show if you live it?
Exactly right. Well, it's cringe watching myself. Like, I haven't even watched the live stream. I just checked the very beginning to make sure the audio was good. And then I was like, oh, cringe. Turn that off. Like, I couldn't even watch myself. I was like, oh, man, they could have found someone so much better to MC. And I know I'm going to get flooded with the chats here. Yep, agreed. You probably could have found someone better to do it than you. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. You're not hurting my feelings because I feel the same way. But it was fun. It was fun. And when the big man, so Wales, this was cool. I haven't got to talk to you about this, but when the big man, the myth, the legend himself, Richard Hart, and I were talking in private, and he signed a poster for me and a little love note to me that I will forever cherish.
Oh.
And I'm gonna put it on my wall. I will be framing it and putting it on my wall. He is our biggest fan of the trust products that we're creating. Not only the individual hex trusts, the individual trusts for the hexagons through MCA and the publicly traded trust, but also the private trust company, which is going to be the hardest of the three, because that's going to be the one that allows us to own our own fiat on-ramp. So correct. Our own exchange. So we, and be a custodian for our own publicly traded trust. He is our biggest fan. He literally said more good things about it to me in private than all the thank yous combined from everyone else in the DMs and in the chats. And you guys are awesome supporters. Thank you so much of all your support as well. But he said, he goes, I will be your biggest referral source when these things go live. Just let me know. So.
Yeah, that's great to hear it because, I've been talking about creating ways to, not just create wealth, but sustain it indefinitely, right? And this is kind of all of this stuff that we're doing now kind of ties back with all the conversations that we've all had on stream. And a lot of people are, going to be able to benefit from our hard work. And that's okay because that's why we do it.
Yep. No, we are not working with Overwatch on this. I've tried reaching out. Overwatch is a unique character. He reaches out to me, hey, you got time to talk? And then I try to hit him up and then he ghosts me and ignores me. So nothing we are building has anything to do with Overwatch and his partners. So, and I know that makes some people happy. I've never been able to talk to the guy one-on-one because he keeps rug pulling me on the DMs that we're supposed to have. So I don't even know what's going on with the guy, whatever. He's got his own thing going on. We got our own thing going on. So we're excited about what we got going on for sure. Romanian Dan, no. Actually, believe it or not, the only thing that gets affected is the share price in the Hex Trust itself, the Hex Investment Trust itself, not the actual underlying asset, because all the trust does is buy Hex and lock it up forever. That's all it does. There is no redeemable feature function for this that we are building into this. So you will never be able to sell the actual underlying asset. All it will do is forever accumulate and lock it up. So nope.
So you are telling me that because of your trust, my Hex inflation gets smaller because more of the Hex is going to be logged in.
It's going to happen eventually. Might as well be us.
That's horrible.
Peter, it's protected by the OA as well.
No,
so but you get the other side. So you get a lesser APY.
It's horrible.
But you get a much greater, you get less trustless interest paid on a daily, inflation paid on a daily basis. Yeah, sorry, slipped there. But you will get a much faster USD price appreciation. So,
Peter, it only affects the circulating supply as well.
Yes.
So
that's the main effect.
It goes into diamond hands. It sounds fine.
Yep. It's like another OA acting in your best interest, except for it is providing a way for legacy finance money that's locked up that can't be released out of the system early to be able to invest in Hex and get that legacy finance money into Hex. So is it available internationally? That just depends on whether you guys are able to invest in American securities. It'll be a publicly traded on a stock exchange of some sort, most likely the NASDAQ is what we're looking at. As long as you can invest in an American security that is based upon your jurisdiction. So I can't answer that for everybody, but as long as you can buy, if you can buy Apple and Google and Facebook and Tesla, then you'll be able to buy this product. Yes, it will be available to you.
Check out D-Raj's last, please. Bring that up on the screen for a second, please, Kinetics.
Which one? If you don't like what I said?
Yeah, that one. Can we? Okay,
I'm sorry.
I have this
Hey.
to say. Okay, so I suggest if you didn't like what D-Raj says, hit him. Thank you.
Oh, dude.
Next time, Gadget. I'll get you next time.
I will
love
get
that
you
show when
next
I was a kid,
time.
too.
Look
I
at you
love
with
it.
your familiar cat. With a deep
What the
voice. You
fuck?
look like a supervillain yourself, man.
Yeah.
This is a nice,
I
interesting
would like to
question.
go. I will wait one moment. Regarding the international from earlier, we do have some more. If you're in Europe, we do have some more options, and I'll try to present some of the stuff in the coming week or so. I'm working on something for that.
Okay.
Cool. So
Mis-
we're not going to discuss this anymore. Mr. Hex, yes, the investor will benefit, and I will explain it to you at the time when the time is right. We can't give you all of our secret sauce. We just
Yeah.
can't.
You're just gonna have to wait. We'll talk about it when we can, but we
Yeah, you
shouldn't
have to-
really even be talking as much as we are right now.
I've already
So,
said
Stop
too
it.
much.
next-
I've already said I'm
You have,
taking the
actually.
stream down when I'm done. I'm taking the
I
stream down
mean,
when I'm done.
if you subscribe to KNTX's paid group, you might get it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have
Good play, Mark.
for only
Beard.
$997 a month. I can give you all the insider info. So
Such a bargain.
such a bargain.
You will,
Is
you will
Trevon involved
even
in this trust? Will the trust have a dice game? So man, that is
So
hilarious.
the only people involved in this are Hexicans. That's it.
I
And
don't
it's
like
But
people-
Trevon is a Hexican.
I guess you haven't watched a lot of his streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I would say no. Very few people actually fit that requirement, turns out. And the dip has made that pretty freaking clear.
There's a lot of people crying. I just don't understand. Like,
Because
Aren't
they've
you
been
guys
lying this
staked?
whole time, bro. They've
Aren't you
been
guys
lying this whole
staked?
time. They've just
But-
been lying this
Yeah.
whole time. That's all.
But they've been expecting this entire time to get a 10,000x like we've enjoyed over 2 years of freaking sweating it out and
Yeah.
being in the trenches. They wanted it in 2 months. So just wait.
Would be nice.
The funniest thing about this is that they're crying and everybody and their mom is saying, "Oh, but you don't know what it feels like to buy at 45 cents and then have the drawdown for months."
Fucking
But if you remember back, the very first day anyone put money into
they lost
Ethereum,
90%.
put money
Yeah.
into
Guilty.
the adoption amplifier, everybody at this point of time, everybody was wrecked. Everybody thought the sky is gonna fall on their heads.
Yep.
So
For 2 or 3 months.
just wait, guys, just wait.
It's so simple. I mean, just like this is the reason that staking exists.
Mhm.
So you don't have to sweat price moves,
Exactly.
right? So you choose how long you want to wait. Just because you're exiting a stake on a dip, it doesn't have any reflection. It doesn't reflect any on the system. The system is still doing everything that it's supposed to do day in, day out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The only difference is what people are doing. And you can't control people selling and buying. And
Yep.
right now, if you've been looking at Staker app, you've noticed that we've been losing sharks and dolphins like there's a fucking pandemic out there for real.
Mhm.
So pay attention to what's actually happening in the system, because that's what actually matters, not anything else. Price chart, like people looking at price charts, they're the plebs, because they're not looking at the right information. That's why they're selling instead of buying. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Very, very simple.
Mhm.
Damn, was it 97% drop? Somebody said 97. Is that correct?
I know
It
it was
was
at
a
least
lot.
90. It was
At
at
the
least
beginning,
90.
you mean? At the beginning?
Yeah.
At the beginning,
Yeah.
I'll check right now. Give me a second.
It
I
was
got
a
the-
hell of a
I
dip.
know that the highest was like 1.4 million or something that you got out. So, and the day one was like 50,000, right? 50,000 hacks.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Let me-
Guys, great point here. Time in the market always beats trying to time the
47
market. Trying to time the market makes you a trader, And if you're out of the market, the 10 most profitable days of the year, you lost most of the gains that year. So just be in the market, guys. Stop being this wrecked pleb that sold 175,000 or lost 175,000 because you decide to sell when it drops. That is dumb.
I bought 175 gazillion hex and sold them a month later because I saw some fluctuation. I'm wrecked. I'm pissed off now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I double checked. It's correct. It's 97, 96% drawdown from day one.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Day one was
So
47,000 hex per
That's just
ETH.
funny.
anybody who's crying about the 70%, 50% dip, whatever, they can get in line.
Yeah.
I'm not as nice as you. I just say shut up. Like, this is a long-term game. If you're coming in here expecting to flip money, you're gonna get fucked. So enjoy the ride.
Patience.
And the people that sat through that 97% dip bought more and are still here 2-3 years later, and they're gonna they're gonna be 3 years later here, and they're gonna be 15 years later here because they are locked in for that amount of time.
Look at my gray hair I got.
Look at my no hair I got.
So someone asked earlier, and I didn't mean to blow them off, but Hodl Dog is 6'7" and scraggly as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. He's
Mr.
lanky.
Slender man.
He is lanky and tall, man. But he's deceivingly strong as well. So
and he is the happiest person I know.
Dude, literally, the guy doesn't stop smiling. I like my jaw and my lips would hurt from smiling all day.
I understand why his name is Hodl Dog, because he says how happy as a dog. His dogs are always happy when they see you.
His tail is always wagging, man.
Shit. Yeah.
Unless they're
cool dude, man.
Attack dogs.
Dude, he is one of the coolest, coolest, most genuine guys ever, and it was one of my pleasures to be able to hang out with that guy. I mean, it was really cool. We had a bunch of us. Yeah, I mean, we had Hodl Dog. Henry was there. We had we obviously had Hexo. We had Motley. We had Wendy's for Tendies. We had RG. We had Funding Jim. Like, we got Crypto Coffee. We got a lot of us together outside of the event itself, and it was really cool to hang out with those guys and be able to share a meal with just absolute quality people. It's so cool that the people in Hex are almost better than the gains. So I got a family to feed, so I gotta think about the family. But you guys are a close second. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are the second best thing in Hex after the gains. So Alan, thanks for the $5. I spent an hour talking to the people crying on Reddit. This is what onboarding new people looks like. Easily swayed by a wrecked YouTube shiller yelling scam. Unfortunately, that is true. Yes, he does look like Quagmire in real life. Giggity. So
I nearly forgot to ask, how drunk was Coffee?
The guy
How can you judge that?
The guy can tie one on. That's all. I never saw the guy at any of the events outside of eating. I never saw the guy without a drink in his hand, and the guy can put him down. So
was he Slovak drunk or Russian drunk?
Slovak.
Which of the scale can you place him on, please?
Oh,
by the way,
I don't know.
It was very interesting to see that most of the people there actually didn't drink. Like, most of the people that I talked to, they just didn't drink, no alcohol. It's like the level of health awareness is very high in those people that joined. Yeah, there were obviously outliers as well, but most people just didn't drink and had like water, Fanta, Coca, whatever.
Yeah. I had Red Bull at the club. That was all I drank at the club. So I didn't. Yeah, I just don't drink. I haven't drank in almost 11 years now. And Richard didn't drink, and it allowed him the opportunity to
party
dance
longer.
like a crazy man all night long. Yep.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Yep.
Kangaroo Hex was the outlier. He was
definitely the outlier.
He was putting it away in his pouch the whole night.
Yep. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, people are asking, Dasbom, I'm also counting the minutes until you finish the word cola on Coca-Cola, because it sounded like you meant that they were imbibing in narcotics or something.
Oh my god.
No, I would call it cocaine.
Americans don't know any better.
Dolomite.
Don't mind
You
Pop.
don't
This
say
guy
short
was
Coca
quality.
for Coca-Cola?
No, we don't.
No.
Coke.
Nah,
Coke.
Coke.
Wow. Okay, Coke.
That's all. But it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but that's
You're
sniffable
not
as
American,
well.
bro.
so-
You're not supposed to say
It's
Coke.
true.
It's all right.
It's all
You're
good. Yeah, it's all good. Dolomite, you are a genuine human being. Thank you for meeting up with us in London, not only at the hotel, but also to go out and eat. It was really cool to meet Dolomite.
Yep.
He is quality. Fortunately, I was taller than him, so I wasn't the shortest guy in the group. It made me feel really good because on all the pictures, I appear to be the shortest guy in the group. And I'm like, I'm just taller than most of these people, but maybe I'm slouching or hunched over or something because I look shorter than these people in all the pictures, and that's okay. I got a Briz took a picture of me shaking hands with Richard and elevated me and put me in a high chair. So that was really nice of him.
That's
to do
funny.
that.
Just get the
No.
Prada moon boost, man.
Yeah, the Prada moon boots. Exicans are the best people. London was magic. Thanks, brother. Appreciate
I
you.
heard the snip
Dolomite.
snip takes off 2 inches of height as well.
Of length. It's a little
Length and
different.
girth, yes.
I'll put it up here for you guys. RG was planning, or he was going to use it against me, but I told him, good luck.
Did you
I'll
see?
use it
Oh,
against
did you
me
see the
first."
RG meme? It's hysterical. He was not
The
pleased.
video?
With the
video
glasses.
one, yes. No,
I'm the
with-
captain now.
no.
No.
The one with the audio, what, the Batman movie one.
No,
What?
I didn't.
Oh,
Can you share with us,
hysterical.
Motion Mark made it.
Yes, play that, please. Motion Mark's
It's on his
video.
YouTube.
There's me in the high chair.
And there's also one of Kinetics.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Can you play the Motion Mark video, Kinetics, for everybody?
I don't have it pulled up. So no, I can't. Well, the one with Crypto Fruits or the one with RG?
The one.
Because I can't do the one with Crypto Fruits because
No.
It's Raining Hex will take down our
No,
monetization.
RG. But maybe
I
it's a
didn't see
clip.
that
It's a clip
one.
from a movie.
I'll
It'll
send
also
you-
get
I'll
us
send you the
screwed.
link.
So maybe
Wait.
not. Maybe not.
Okay.
Just link it. Don't play it.
Yeah,
Okay.
link it. Don't play it. It's hysterical.
If someone else could link it in the chat over here. We are at that point where my Viking brother, is going to send us out.
Bye. Outro.
Outro.
What?